July 19th, 1989. United Airlines Flight 232, a DC-10, departed from Denver International Airport, bound for Chicago. What should have been a routine flight quickly descended into chaos when a catastrophic engine failure tore through the tail of the aircraft, leaving the crew with almost no control. In the moments following the disaster, the crew fought against overwhelming odds, using nothing but sheer determination and innovative techniques to try and land the crippled plane. In this video, we'll step into the cockpit and explore the split-second decisions, the heroic actions, and the terrifying race against time that ultimately saved lives. This is the story of how quick thinking and incredible airmanship turned a near-certain tragedy into a miraculous survival.
Elevator fuel back? Yeah, do whatever you can. Oh shit, now those. Again? Yeah, well, we'll have the beer records on that. Well, I don't drink, but I'll sure shit have. No right turn. No right turn. No right turn. Alright. Back. You gotta lead it. You gotta lead it. It's not gonna work. See what you can see back there, will you? Go back and look out the wings and see what we got. Okay. Back on that sucker.
At the start of the flight, everything appears routine, until suddenly, a massive explosion erupts from the tail of United Airlines Flight 232. The number 2 engine has failed catastrophically, sending debris through the tail section. Almost immediately, the crew faces a horrifying realization. All hydraulic systems are gone. Hydraulic power is essential for controlling the aircraft's key flight surfaces, such as the ailerons, rudder, and elevators. With no control over these, Captain Haynes and his crew are now faced with a powerless aircraft at 37,000 feet. Steering is no longer possible using traditional methods, and the crisis is just beginning.
Quality's gone. Yeah, all quality's gone. It should open a bit. Unlock that fucking door. Unlock it. Pull back. We've lost them. We have no hydraulic fluid. That's part of our main problem. Both your inboard ailerons are sticking up. That's as far as I can tell. Yeah, I don't know. That's because we're turning back from turn. Yeah. So that's the steering the airplane. Okay. Go ahead, help. Don't worry about it. Tell me what you want. I'll help you. Right, code 1, put 2 up.
Sioux City got a emergency for you. All right. I got a United aircraft coming in, lost number 2 engine, having a hard time controlling the aircraft right now. He's at a 29,000 right now and descending to Sioux City right now. He's to your VOR, but he wants the equipment standing by right now.
As the crew scrambles to assess the situation, they quickly detect something catastrophic. The number 2 engine, located at the tail, has exploded. The blast has shredded the engine and scattered debris throughout the tail section, severing all of the aircraft's hydraulic lines. The lack of hydraulics means the plane can no longer use the control surfaces, elevators, ailerons, and rudders that are crucial for steering and maintaining control. Captain Haynes realizes that despite attempting to steer with the yoke, the plane remains unresponsive. The crew's only option now is to rely on engine thrust to maneuver the aircraft.
Radar contact.
Okay, so you know we have almost no controllability. Very little elevator and almost no aileron. We're controlling the turns by power. I don't think we can turn right, but I think we can only make left turns. Well, we're starting a little bit of a left turn right now. I mean, we can only turn right. We can't turn left.
United 232 Heavy, understand, sir. You can only make right turns?
That's affirmative.
32 Heavy, safe souls on board and fuel remaining.
The plane keeps rolling right. They're losing control. Captain Haynes pulls the yoke, but nothing happens. The DC-10, a massive airliner, is now a crippled machine, turning on its own. If the roll continues, they'll spiral into an unrecoverable dive. Then, a breakthrough. The engines still respond. With hydraulics gone, the only way to steer is differential thrust. By adjusting power to the 2 remaining wing-mounted engines, they might counter the turn. It's crude, unpredictable, and has never been done before. But it's their only shot at keeping 296 souls alive. Every second counts as they fight gravity itself.
We have 37.6. we're counting the solar.
Roger. United 232 Heavy, Sioux City.
We have no hydraulic fluid, which means we have no elevator control, almost none, and very little aileron control. I have serious doubts about making the airport. Have you got someplace near there that we might be able to ditch? Unless you get control of this airplane, we're going to put it down wherever it happens to be.
United 232 Heavy, Roger. Stand by 1.
We need some elevator control, and I don't know how to get it. Control the airport. We have a hydraulic control. We're going to go to Sioux City, and we're going to try and put it into Sioux City, Iowa.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be rough.
So we're going to evacuate.
We are. Well, we're going to have the gear down.
Yeah.
And if we can keep the airplane on the ground and it stops standing up, give it a second or two before you evacuate.
What's going to be done?
We're down 1,500. Roll back a little more. Great. The brakes will be the signal. It'll be over the PA system. Brake, brake, brake.
Uh-huh.
And then if we have to evacuate, you'll get the command signal to evacuate, but I really have my doubts of being standing up, buddy. Good luck, sweetheart. Okay. Lock up and put everything away. Here goes the slats.
The crew tests their theory. Throttle adjustments on the left engine. Slowly, the roll stabilizes. It's working, but barely. The plane is still veering unpredictably, refusing to fly straight. Every correction takes agonizing seconds to take effect, making precise control nearly impossible. ATC is now aware. Flight 232 is in serious trouble. Captain Haynes calmly declares an emergency, requesting a straight-in approach to the nearest airport. But there's a problem. They can't turn easily. Sioux Gateway Airport is ahead, but lining up with the runway will take every ounce of skill and luck. Their fight for survival is just beginning.
We're going to have to continue one more right turn. We've got the elevators pretty much under control within 300 or 400 feet, but we still can't do much with the steering.
United 232 Heavy, Roger. Understand you do have the elevators possibly under control. We'd better hold altitude.
Negative. We don't have it. We are better, that's all.
Roger. United 232 Heavy, there's a small airport at 12 o'clock and 7 miles. The runway's 4,000 feet long there.
Hey, I'm controlling it myself right now. As soon as the captain gets back on, he'll give me a hand here. He's talking on PA.
Roger.
Okay, United 232, we're starting a left turn back to the airport. Since we have no hydraulics, braking is going to really be a problem. I would suggest the equipment be towards the far end of the runway. And I think under the circumstances, regardless of the condition of the airplane when we stop, we're going to evacuate. So you might notify the ground crew equipment that we're going to do that.
United 232 Heavy, Wilco, sir, and if you can continue that left turn to about a 220 heading, sir, that'll take you right to the airport. United 232 Heavy, you're going to have to widen out just slightly to your left, sir, to make the turn to final, and also that'll take you away from the city.
Whatever you do, keep us away from the city.
Here, air traffic control scrambles to clear a path. Emergency crews are already preparing for the worst. Meanwhile, in the cabin, passengers sense something is wrong. The plane feels different, uneven, unsteady. Some whisper prayers, others hold hands. Captain Haynes knows one thing. They have one chance to get this landing right, or no one survives.
232 Heavy, been advised there is a 4-lane highway up in that area, sir, if you can pick that up.
Okay, we'll see what we can do here. We've already put the gear down, and we're going to have to be putting on something solid if we can.
United 232 Heavy, Roger. The airport's currently at your 1 o'clock position, 10 miles. And United 232 Heavy, if you can't make the airport, sir, there is an interstate that runs north to south to the east side of the airport. It's a 4-lane interstate.
We're just passing it right now. We're going to crash the airport.
United 232 Heavy, Roger. And advise when you get the airport in sight.
Got the runway in sight. We'll be with you very shortly. Thanks a lot for your help.
Sioux Gateway Airport is ahead, but they're off course. The plane still wants to turn right, and without hydraulic control, steering is painfully sluggish. The crew manipulates the throttles, trying to coax the aircraft left, but each adjustment takes agonizing seconds to take effect. They don't have time. This is their only approach. Another problem looms. Their descent rate is too high. Without flaps or speed brakes, they can't slow down properly. The DC-10 is coming in dangerously fast. A hard landing is inevitable. The crew makes final power adjustments, trying to stabilize. But in their minds, they know impact will be violent.
United United 232 Heavy. The wind's currently 360 at 11, 360 at 11. You're cleared to land on any runway.
You want to be particular and make it a runway, huh?
010 at 11, and there is a runway that's closed, sir, that could probably work too. It runs northeast to southwest.
Pretty well lined up on this one, or I think we will be.
All right.
Get
United 232 Heavy, roger, sir. Yeah, that's a closed runway. That'll work, sir. We're getting the equipment off the runway, and they'll line up for that one.
How long is it?
At the end of the runway, it's just a wide open field, sir, so the length won't be a problem.
The crew fights to align with Sioux Gateway Airport, but the plane remains unstable. Despite their best efforts, the DC-10 is drifting right due to the loss of hydraulic control. With each adjustment to the throttles, the plane responds sluggishly, and time is running out. The descent rate is dangerously steep, and they can't slow the aircraft without flaps or speed brakes. Landing at this speed is almost certain to be rough. Captain Haynes knows that they must hold their course, but the final approach is fraught with tension. They need to touch down quickly or risk crashing short of the runway. The crew has managed to line up with the runway, but the plane is still coming in too fast and too steep. With no flaps or spoilers to slow down, the DC-10 is dangerously close to hitting the runway with excessive speed. The crew makes final adjustments to the throttles, trying to control the descent, but it's clear. They're running out of time.
Plane to 19, he's coming down real fast down the south end. Okay, all right, there, he's on fire. Down.
The plane touches down hard on the runway, and the right landing gear collapses instantly, sending the aircraft skidding. Sparks fly, and the plane breaks apart during an emergency landing on the runway at Sioux City, Iowa, killing 110 of its 285 passengers and one of the 11 crew members.